just want to welcome you guys again today. I'm so glad you're spending time with me and hearing me be able to speak again. We're going to talk about a little bit something different this time around. It's going to talk about something, just some epidemic in our world that's going on right now, and it's been plaguing our world for a long time. And I want to talk about trafficking. And, there's two types of trafficking that I want to kind of discuss today. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. My job today is just to inform you on it, educate you about it. I know we hear a lot about it in the news, but some of us are kind of just don't really fully grasp or kind of understand what it is. And I just want to say that just when it comes to trafficking, that there are an estimated 27 million people enslaved today, and that's more than at any other time in human history. And I want you guys to just listen, because it's most people think that it's something that just happens overseas, but in reality it happens in our own country, happens in our own cities, and it might even happen in our own neighborhoods as well. And basically, Christ calls us to fight for the oppressed, tells us to take care of them, and this is something that we really need to take serious as Christians. And again, there's just 2 points that I just want to get across, 3 total, but the first 2 will just be describing what types the laborers in the sex trafficking, exactly what it is and what happens, and third is just basically a call to action, and just challenging you guys to help raise awareness for it. So one is labor trafficking. It is basically when people are born into a debt that they can't pay. Now this mostly happens with people overseas. These people are born into these debts where they have to just continue and work in these poor conditions where there's no water, no food, really no breaks. It's really working 12 to 15 hours out of the day, 7 days a week. And it's making stuff that we consume. And what I mean by that is it's the jeans that we wear, it's the shoes that we buy, it's the shirts, whatever it is, even our cell phones, our smartphones, our Samsung phones, our iPhones, just simple all these items. And it's just us, the consumer, that has this desire to go out and buy all these things. So there it forces all these people to have to work these long hours to make these products. And what happens is these major companies hire these third-party companies, basically, and they hire these people and pay them very little and make them work in these terrible conditions. And then secondly is the sex trafficking, and it's huge. It's very widespread throughout our world, even in our country. Here in America, there's over 200,000 sex workers. 80% of them are women. 50% are even kids from the ages of 12 to 16 years old. And that's scary for a lot of us, because I know we all know somebody in between that age. We may even have kids that age, grandkids that age, and a lot of people tend to think that, well, maybe it's just like the poor, feeding off the poor, but in reality, just here in Atlanta alone, it's 42% of all the customers that come through these brothels are from the northern suburbs of Atlanta, and we know that it's a very rich and rich community, and they have a lot of money there. And basically, Christine Kane, who's an avid fighter, she has created the A21 campaign. Basically, in her recent book Undaunted, kind of challenged everybody. Her and her husband created that organization, and they basically just set out a challenge. It's just like, what's more important in life than human life? There's nothing that's more important in our lives than each other. And there's no thing, there's no anything that we can buy that's more important than me and you. And in closing, I just want to kind of just challenge you guys just to raise awareness in this situation. Galatians 5:1 says that we are set free, for Christ has set us free, and we are to stand firm, and we are to never be carried by the burden of the yoke of slavery. And what he means there necessarily is it's not just the slavery of sex trafficking or slavery of being in labor, but it's the slavery of sin. We all are born into slavery. And of course, when we meet Christ and we encounter God, he sets us free. And so basically, just with the End It movement here, with the hat that I'm wearing today, just the company, enditmovement.com, they're basically just an organization out there to raise awareness. So if you're just curious and interested in maybe some ways that you can help, I'm not saying that we all have to create an organization. There's so many organizations out there that are already on the front lines every day fighting this battle, but we can spend time, we can spend our money, and spend our causes doing better things for this community. So again, I just close with that, and just really want to challenge you guys just to just go out there and then be the light of Christ to our world,